So now that you've bought the new Polar Patriots warbond, let's figure out if the weapons are worth it. So, in this video we'll be comparing the two assault rifles, the new Tenderizer that just came out, and the old Liberator to see which is better and if it's worth buying. So let's start off by going through the stats. So the damage for the Tenderizer is 60, capacity 35, recoil 10, and fire rate 600, while the Liberator has a damage of 60, capacity of 45, recoil of 15, and a fire rate of 640. So starting off with the AR-16 Tenderizer, you can clearly feel that there is definitely less ammo in the magazine. While the damage is, again, the same, it does make a difference when you're fighting waves of monsters. But with the reduced recoil, it is nicer to hit those long-range shots, but most of the ARs in this game aren't that good based on the damage output themselves, except for a couple here and there. I'm talking about you, Sickle. But other than that, there are 3 different fire modes you can put this weapon in. It could go in single fire, burst, or automatic. I tried the automatic and the burst, but because it's so steady, it really doesn't benefit from going in the burst mode. I would just keep it on full auto if you're going to use this. But the main thing you could focus on is the sight, because since it's so steady, you can really go up to that highest range sight at 100 meters out, and you could really start sniping people and just obliterate them from long range if they're squishies. But again, it's going to struggle a lot on those medium armors, and especially the heavy armors. It's not going to do too much since this does have light penetrating rounds. And so we'll move on from now to the AR-23 Liberator, which definitely has the better specs. So using this, I mean, this was a classic. I'm sure everyone's used it at least a couple times because it's the first weapon you unlock. It definitely does have the same amount of damage output, but it does have that increased mag size, which does help in clearing more waves of enemies. But note that the total magazine count for the Liberator is only 7, while if you looked earlier, the Tenderizer has a full magazine size of 10, so technically you can carry a little more ammunition. But the trade-off isn't really worth it in my opinion, because again, you're going to be struggling to kill some of the smaller waves of enemies, especially at higher difficulties, and really just being able to manage the recoil isn't really a worthy trade-off. So I would still keep using the AR-23 Liberator if you are going to be using assault rifles.